Welcome back to Kind Yoga with Meg. Thank you for coming back and joining me for a practice. I'm always excited to share the practices we're following in class together and bring them online and share them with whoever feels they can't make it in and practice live with us. So this time we are focusing a little bit on strengthening the legs in our foundation, finding that stretch from the hips. We're going to open up along the abdominal wall, but we're also going to open up that space across the chest, the shoulders. You'll feel a nice neck release hopefully throughout the practice, and just kind of reconnect the whole body back together again, so you feel a little bit more connected with yourself and open, not pulled in one direction or the other from stress or fatigue or pain. Quick side note, I recently asked someone to explain to me as we were talking what they meant by meeting somebody where they're at. I've heard it so many times and kind of understood the essence of it, but wanted to really get a good definition. And I feel it comes into play a lot with our yoga practice. I mean, in many aspects of our lives, but honoring ourselves when we come to a practice or we're starting something new, or we're just kind of even just waking up in the morning. Meet yourself where you're at. So if you're feeling fatigued, if you're feeling a little stiff in an area, rather than meeting it with frustration or disappointment, kind of just take that in for a moment, accept that that's where you're at, breathe into the space, breathe into the experience, and meet yourself where you're at with what it is that you're experiencing, and then just go from there and see what opens up to you. So in terms of your yoga practice, take where you're at this moment and just see what I'm offering to you, or whoever is offering your practice to you, and ideas and suggestions, and see how you are able to take them into your body. Sometimes I tell my students, if Shavasana is what you have space for, then join us and absorb the energy of us practicing while you're in your Shavasana. It's a resting place, it's what you need. So I guess that's how you take that phrase, meet yourself, meet somebody where they're at. Meet yourself and honor that, and just kind of translate it into your practice. And sometimes things open up, and sometimes you need a bit more rest. All right, well, let's begin with our practice today. Some things are going to feel difficult, some things may not, but again, meet yourself where you're at with the practice and just take it to where you feel good. Feel things are opening, you feel the breath is moving through, then you are in a good place. If you take it a little further and your breath becomes interrupted, or you feel like you can't breathe into a posture, that is a sign to back off a little bit. Let the breath move through, open things up, relax into a posture, and then you can take it a little further. So just exploring, growing with our practice day by day. All right, enough of that. Let's get into our asanas. We will begin with a short kind of foundation setting. You can call it meditation if you want. I might be speaking a bit through it, guiding your foundation setting. If you prefer 5 minutes of silence, you can pause the video if you want and then come back. Whatever is working for you. I always begin my practices in our seated position, whatever that is for you, cross-legged, legs extended. You can always take a blanket or a block, sit up on that if you need to offer some support. And just allow the knees to splay open, the hips to release that tension, the strength of your belly to help your spine rise up. Let's take those good lengthening and cleansing breaths into the body, lengthening the spine, creating a cushion between each vertebra of the spine of breath, so you grow into your true length. Every step we take, we kind of shrink a little bit more throughout the day. So allow that breath to bring you back to your true length. Creating that space will allow your internal organs to get some space to do what they are supposed to be doing. You'll help them do that, and their functions move with a little bit more ease. Notice where your tailbone is at the base of your spine. Allow it to drop underneath the spine. And allow your breath to move up the length of the body. Notice areas of resistance that are starting to release. You might notice that you feel that you want to wiggle them a little bit or waggle them a little bit or just kind of give some space. Go for it. Encourage them to let go. Wiggling the fingers sometimes. Sometimes my ears and my scalp start to release a little bit. I might want to wiggle out my jaw. Breathing into the center of the chest, allowing that breath to expand, that space between each rib of your rib cage, under your arms, underneath the shoulder blades, between those shoulder blades. Expand. Breathe into the tops of the shoulders. And then allowing that breath to release any of the resistance around the chest and upper back and shoulders. Growing the space between your earlobes and shoulders. Any heaviness from the day, from the goings on, just allow it to be released with each exhale. Taking the breath down into the center of the belly, brewing up that fire in that belly when we get our strength, stoking the fire, expanding, breathing into that pelvic floor. And as you exhale, bringing that belly button towards the lower back and lifting those lower abdominals off of the earth, creating strength. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, brewing that strength, releasing any tension, any knotting, any anxiety that you might be holding in this emotional center of your body. And at the same time, releasing the tension if there is any in that hip crease area. Let's take an inhale, look up towards the sky, stretch out the the neck. Wiggle out that jaw on your exhale when you're ready, chin to the chest. Inhale, roll that left ear towards the left shoulder. Keep grounding through the right side so we're not tipping. Exhale around the back. You're lifting from the back through the right side all the way back to center. And let's reverse it. Inhale to the right side. Lifting as you exhale around the back, lifting your heart towards the sky through that left side all the way back to center. Beautiful. Inhale, roll the head back on top of the spine, gaining even more length in your body. We're going to do Nadi Shodhana breathing for our pranayamas this time. We're going to take our right thumb, block our right nostril. Inhale on the left side. If you feel congestion, you can always give a little push on that cheekbone or that sinus on that left side. And then we're going to block both nostrils, hold the breath. Exhaling right side. And you can push on that sinus or cheekbone, get things to open up. Inhaling right side. Block both and hold. Exhaling left side. Inhaling left side, nice and slow. Let's see if we can drag out the length of our breath. Block both and hold. Exhaling right side. Inhaling right side. Block and hold. Exhaling left side. ready, release your hand. Give the nose a little wiggle. Come back to your natural breath. Take a moment to take in the changes that have happened since you first sat down, even in these 5 minutes. What has happened inside your body, within your hearts and your minds? Do you feel a little calmer? And this is when we welcome ourselves to our practice. Swing the arms to the sides, stretch up towards the sky. Look up if you want. Exhale, bring those hands through heart center. Find that strong center line. If you want to, you can send an intention to yourself or to those around you, somebody you feel who might benefit from the strength that you're building within your practice today. Send them your energy or keep it all for yourself. Nothing wrong with self-care. Wonderful. Inhale, stretch the arms to the side. Exhale, let's place the right hand on the back of the head. Look to the right elbow and pull the head down on that angle. At the same time, you're reaching your left fingertips to the back, bottom left corner of the room. Keep your spine long. We're not tipping to the right like a teapot, but we're grounding through those sits bones and lengthening that spine. Open up that left arm. Another good breath here. Feel that stretch. Try not to tilt the right ear to the shoulder. Rather, bring the chin towards the collarbone, dropping the nose to look at the inner edge of your right thigh. You should feel this in the left side of your neck, shoulder, maybe down the left arm. Maybe inhaling the left fingertips up to the sky. Keep your left shoulder nice and grounded. Exhale, maybe softening that left elbow. Keep the shoulder grounded so you're stretching into the traps here on that left side. And if you want to, your right hand can grab the left elbow, pull it in gently. Now we're targeting the back side of the left arm. If it doesn't look like mine, that's okay. There could be a lot of tension, so just do what you can with it. And once we're here, let's take an inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the head a little bit. Exhale, maybe lean the head back into your left forearm. Lengthening the spine, opening up the chest, open up both elbows here. Feel the shoulders letting go. Such a nice sensation, finally opening up across the heart. Reach your right fingertips down if you want to. First kind of bindish, claspy thing of the practice. Your fingertips want to reach each other along the spine. If they can't, you can hold on to your shirt and back, or if you have a strap or a sock or a towel, put it between your hands to extend the reach until eventually the fingertips clasp along the length of your spine. Same thing here. We're going to inhale, lengthen all the way through the crown of the head. Exhale, lean that head back into your left forearm. Big breaths here. Let the shoulders go. Allow everything to open up. Release the clasp in the fingers. Stretch both arms up to the sky. You can push the palms up towards the sky. Look if you want. And then exhale, reverse it. Left hand grabs the back of the head, pull the chin to the collarbone, right fingertips reach for the back bottom right corner of the space, opening up the back side of that arm. Couple good breaths here. When you feel ready, stretch your right fingertips up to the sky, keep the shoulder grounded, soften that elbow, reach the fingertips down towards the shoulder, elbow pointing up towards the sky. Left hand can grab that right elbow, pull it in gently. See how you're feeling here. And if your breath is steady, you feel good, shoulders are releasing. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Exhale, lean the head back into your right forearm. Check in with your breath again. And when you feel ready, maybe your left fingertips want to swing around up the length of the spine, clasping the fingertips along the length of the spine or using a strap. Leaning the head back into the right forearm this time. Breathing. Feel the stretch and the opening across the chest. The strength building in your upper back, but not tension. Release the clasp in the fingertips. Stretch those palms up to the sky. Give a nice stretch. You can look up if you want. Exhale. Let's soften the elbows. Come to like a hands up position. Stay right here for a breath. And then extend your fingertips on an inhale. Turn the palms up. Maybe look up to the sky. And then exhale. Bring the head back to look forward and just release the hands down. Feel that nice stretch down the insides of our arms. We do a lot of texting and driving and clawing of those hands. So opening up into the palms and the inside portion of the arm feels so good. Roll out those shoulders. Oh, crackle into the neck. Feels almost like a new body. We're going to get the rest of everything involved. So we'll start by extending the legs out. Give them a little wiggle. We're going to work getting our abdominal wall a little bit stronger. So we'll start with a forward fold, inhaling, stretching up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. It does not need to be nice straight spine. You can round it. Do whatever you need to get into your forward fold. And then wiggle, waggle into the hips. Pull them forward. I call it mashing the grapes. You pull one leg forward, the other leg back with the hip, and reverse it. You can get the shoulders involved in it as well. Wiggle yourself down. And we begin. So we're going to inhale, roll it up. I'm going to go side view for you so you can see the spine. So as you're rolling up, kind of grab your t-shirt with your belly button. Get a nice concave feeling in that belly. Sliding the feet in, stretching all the way up. Nice lengthened spine. Exhale, tilt back, still lengthen spine, float the feet off. Modifications. You can put your hands behind you. You can grab underneath your thighs. You can do one leg at a time if that feels more comfortable. Or if you've gotten into your boat pose and you want to can one leg at a time, you can. We are going to do both if you want. Inhaling, let's go. 1, 2, keep breathing. 3, you can drop the hands anytime. 5, 6, 7, 8, we're going to hold it. You can point if you want. You can flex if you want. You can alternate if you want. Release the feet down, stretching up. Exhale. Oh, forward fold. Inhale, rolling back up. Slide the feet in. Exhale, boat. And we begin. Flex the feet. Push the boulder away. 1, 2. You can drop the hands. 3. You can hold under the thighs. 5, 6. You can stretch the arms up. 7, 8. Keep the extension. Keep the length. Keep breathing. You are strong and powerful. Inhale, stretch it up. Lengthen that spine. Exhale. Oh, but wait, there's more. Inhale, rolling it up. Exhale, tilt back, float the feet. Bring the insides of your feet together, knees out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it open. Breathing, lengthening, building that strength. Drop the feet. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, extend the feet out. Wiggle inside those hips. Nicely done. Big deep breath into the back ribs here. Good. Let's bring the feet into a diamond position here. So not so far close to the pelvis, but a little bit further away. Get a little bit of stretch here. Feel the inner thighs opening up after all that work you just did. You can push the knees down with the elbows here if you want. And then bring the feet closer to your pelvis for more of a butterfly position. Open up those knees. Doesn't have to be super far down. Cross your hands to the opposite ankles. Now I'll go front. So right hand grabs the left ankle. Left hand grabs the right ankle. Flop with your torso over. And then inhale, you're going to twist and reach your right fingertips back and then up to the sky, but you're stretching your body. Your body is almost hanging from those right fingertips. Exhale, round it down. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, extend and stretch up. Stretch, stretch, stretch like you're hanging. Exhale, rounding. One more time each side. Inhale, twist, stretch, round. Other side. Twist. Stretch it out. Oh, feels so good. Round. Bring your hands back on the coordinating ankles and push those knees down with your elbows. Let the head hang. Get a traction for your spine using gravity. From here, you can lean back into those palms. Open up the feet hip width apart and then push yourself over into a squat position. We're going to work the garland pose a little bit with a bind. You can stay right here. If this is a little bit high for you, you can sit up on a block or a towel or a blanket. Use your elbows to push the knees open though. So you really work opening up the hips and lengthening the spine. If you're in your balance, great. Let's work from here. We're going to use our left hand to grab hold of our right ankle. Inhale, stretch the right fingertips up, twist. Exhale, reach back. Careful with the balance. If you feel good here, reach that hand back. Get it kind of to the outside edge of your left side body. And then if you're going full bound, you're going to reach your left arm around for those right fingertips. Once you have hold, this is where we take an inhale, lengthen the spine, drop the palms a little bit, exhale, twist. Keep breathing here, open up those knees. If you're okay, inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center, use those elbows to push the knees back open, lengthen that spine. You can wiggle into it a little bit. And moving on, grab the left ankle with the right hand. Your left hand is going to move from heart center up towards the sky, reaching back, a little twist. And maybe reach it for the outside edge of your right side body. Right arm reaches around that right leg, holding on. Once you have hold, let's lengthen the spine, drop those palms, and exhale, twist. Breathing through it. Inhale, stretch up, find your balance. Exhale, hands through heart center. Elbows push those knees open. Dropping the head if you want, finding your balance. You can stay here or we can go into an arm balance, which is crow. Reaching one foot up, the other foot up. I have a little towel here. You can use that to hold your head if you want to for balance. Good, and I'll go side view because we are going to transition from crow to a plank. So you can have your toes up, you can drop them down, and then just walk one foot and then the other. Let's build this strength. If your wrists are bothering you, modify to your forearms, but always let's get that pelvis dropped between the head and the heels. If you're on your palms, soft bend in those elbows, opening across the chest and upper back. Take a breath. On your exhale, release the knees, untuck those toes. Let's come to a puppy pose to the elbows and just allow the rib cage to rest on those thighs. Inhale, pull back to plank, find your strength. Exhale, puppy pose, stretch it out. One more time for the other side, looking, inhale, exhale. We're gonna go into lizard here, puppies and lizards. Inhale, pull forward, plank, and float your right foot with you to the outside edge of your right hand. From here, you can release the back knee, top of the back foot. You can stay on your palms. If you want to take it deeper, you can drop down to your forearms. You can float the back knee off the ground here. See how that feels for your pelvis, for your hip opening. You can use your right hand to push the right knee open if you want to, rolling to the outside edge of your right foot. If you want to, you can bring that foot back or keep that hip opening. And be careful with this one. You can bend the back knee, reach your right hand back for a toe hold, or wrap a strap around the foot, getting into that left quad and hip. You can twist the body open, releasing the head, neck, and jaw. Nice deep breaths. Any of these stretches work great. This is just the final version of it. You can always return back to forearms. Plant the right foot rather. I always like to play with the hips a little bit, squaring them so you can pull the right hip forward and then pull it back while you're in this stretch. Wherever you are, when you feel ready, come back to your palms. We'll return back to plank. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift the knee and float your right foot back to plank. Exhale, puppy pose. Feel the difference in the hips. We'll even that out. One more breath here. Inhaling, floating through plank with the left foot this time. So you can play with keeping that right knee off or grounding it. Kind of exploring what your body decides feels the best and what it needs. Staying on the palms, dropping down to forearms, intensifying the stretch if you want. Maybe pushing that left knee open. Maybe extending this left arm up, bending the back knee, going for a toe hold and getting into a quad stretch for your right leg. Again, all of these are suggestions of where you want to take this stretch. It just depends on what your body is allowing and what you're breathing through. If you have yourself in the quad stretch or even just the left foot and hip opening, you can lengthen the spine and twist your heart open to the sky. You can extend your left arm up to the sky if you're not holding on to that right foot. So many options. Take an inhale. Let's exhale. Return the hands back to the earth. Come up to your palms. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, float your left foot back. Drop to the knees and come to a full child's pose. We won't stop in puppy. We'll take the hips all the way back to those heels. Big breaths into your back ribs here. Good. Let's take an inhale, roll up, and you're up on the knees. Stretch the arms up to the sky. Exhale, open up to the left side, extend into the fingertips. So as we twist, try not to twist with the hips here. Keep the hip bones pointing forward, shining light forward, and just rise up and twist through the spine. So you're giving a little bit of pressure forward with the left hip as you turn to the left side. Let's float the left hand over the tailbone here. A little support for the lower back. Inhale, right fingertips up to the sky. Feel that stretch. Drop the shoulders. On your next exhale, if you're comfortable, you can lean back slightly, giving a little bit of energy into the tailbone and thinking about lifting the heart and lengthening the spine. If you feel good here, this is starting to look like camel, I know. You can bring your left hand to your heel if that works, or a block if that's more comfortable. And if you want to, you can open up the right shoulder. So now your collarbones are parallel with the earth and you're reaching into those right fingertips. No pinching in the back. When you're ready to come back, engage your glutes, engage your belly, and stretch up to the sky. And let's exhale to the right side. Right hand continues to float onto the tailbone, the lower back area. Inhaling, left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, revolve it. Lift the heart. A little pressure forward to the tailbone. Right hand can continue to the heel or a block or stay right where it is. And then when you're ready, inhale, open up that left shoulder. Exhale, settle in. Feel the chest opening. Feel the stretch in the arms. Strengthen your glutes and your belly. Inhale, stretch it up. Nice work. Exhale, palms to the earth. Tuck those toes. Inhale, round the spine for a minute. Drop the head. Stay right here. And then take an inhale. Roll over the feet to the heels. Walk your hands back so your knees can stay nice and bent. You can stretch them. And here we are in our forward fold. Play around with alternating knee stretches. Hang out. Shake out the head, neck, and jaw. Give a little weight by holding onto the elbows. Shifting side to side. If your wrists need a break, flip your palms. Let your belly release into your lower back. soften those knees. Take an inhale and pull the belly in. Roll it up like you're dragging yourself out of some maple syrup. Stretch those arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands through heart center. And when you feel ready, open up those palms. Take a moment in your standing position, your mountain pose. Notice the soles of your feet connecting with the earth. You can fix your wardrobe a little bit if need be. Roll out the neck and the shoulders. Connecting our legs to our nice lengthened and strengthened bodies. All right, let's move into our first flow. Inhale, stretch those arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, you're going to rise up slightly. Exhale, soften into the knees. You can hop or walk those feet back for plank. I'm so far back, so I'm going to walk my hands forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga down. You can drop the knees if you want to. Hover or drop. Inhale, pull through. Get out of those shoulders. Try not to sit in them. And exhale, use your belly to push your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg floats. Exhale, let's float it between those palms. Inhale, rising up. And here we go. Exhale, warrior three. So you're going to push off your back foot to your front. You can bring your hands to heart center, extend them, or airplane wings. You can rest on that supporting knee. Straighten the knee or keep it bent. Take another breath here. Inhale. On your exhale, soften your supporting knee. Come back to a high lunge, back on all 5 toes. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, warrior one. Hands block width apart. You're on the outside edge of that back foot, and you're rotating inside your hip joint so you're not sitting in the knee. Bend into the front knee a little bit more. Get out of the lower back. Bring your palms towards each other. Flip them so the palms are facing each other. Take an inhale. Exhale, right side bend. Bend deeper into that front knee. Really nice. Breathing, no pinching in the back. Feel the outside edge of your back foot. Protect that back knee. Inhale, returning back. Exhale, warrior two. Bend into the knee a little more. Inhale, scoop forward, reaching up. Exhale, revolve it, reach back. Bend into the front knee. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, reach forward. And maybe stop at the elbow if you can. Go to fingertips on the inside of that right foot. Palm maybe, or a block. Bend into the knee. We're in extended side angle. From here, keep pressure on your right palm. Take an inhale. Exhale, float your right foot back behind your left for modified side plank. Good. Take an inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Drop to forearm if you need to. Inhaling. Exhale, palms to the earth. All the toes are grounded. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, pull it through. Get out of the shoulders. Exhale, pushing back. Downward dog. Let's reverse it. Inhale, floating that left foot. Exhale, bring that foot between the palms. Bend into that front knee. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, warrior three. Extending into that back leg. Breathing here for your breath, for your balance. Take an inhale. Exhale, soften into your supporting knee. You're back on all 5 toes. Stretch it up. Exhale, warrior one. You're on the outside edge of that back foot, releasing that tailbone. Hands block width apart if possible, or bent elbows. Bend into that front knee. Twist the palms around. Wrists are twisted. Palms are touching. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, left side bend. Bend deeper into the knee. Drop the tailbone. Good. Feel that stretch. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale, revolve. Stay for a breath. Feel the stretch opening up your left side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, not warrior two, extended side angle. We got past our warriors. Breathing here. Modifying as need be. Hand can be on the hip if that's helpful. You can look down to the ground to get more grounding. Left palm is stable. Inhale, float your left foot crossed behind your right, modified side plank. We're breathing. Looking up if you're able. Take an inhale. Exhale, palms to the earth. You can chaturanga right through here. Inhale, pulling through. And exhale, pushing back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, hop or walk those feet to meet your hands. Flip the palms, stretch it out, exhale. Softening the knees, keeping them bent. One more breath here. Soften those knees. Let's take an inhale. Belly rolls you up. Feel each vertebra stretching between each vertebra and then releasing underneath the one that's rolling up. Stretch it up. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Feel the beating of your heart. Notice the pace in your breath. Notice the feeling in your joints and your muscles. Feeling stronger. You can release the hands when you feel ready. Come back to your wardrobe. Adjust everything. All right, moving into our second flow. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Let's go to chair pose. So let's sit without pushing the rear end out, but lengthening that lower back. Keep the shoulders opening here. Good. Take an inhale. I'll start with that left side. Exhale, sit a little deeper and let's hook the right elbow to the outside edge of the left knee. From here, you might be off center, so let's take an inhale, lengthen that spine, and exhale, twist, maybe looking up. Dropping the seat a little bit more if you can. Beautiful work. Opening the palms if you want. Looking down to the ground. You can plant your right palm in front of you. We're going to reverse half moon. If you feel stable enough, you can stay right where you are or come back to hands at heart center. You're going to start to take an inhale and float your right toes back. Straighten that leg. When you feel okay, float the heel towards the same line of your hips. Complicated way to say float the right leg off the ground. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, release the toes to the ground right where they are. Big blast for your left leg. You're going to inhale, bend deeper into it. Reach those right fingertips forward and up. Exhale, let's plant the left palm over the tailbone. Inhale, reaching up. Same thing we did before. Exhale, back. Feel it move through that right hip, right up through your belly, into the rib cage. If you're lucky, it gets into the neck and your teeth and your jaw. Let's take an inhale, turn to front, stretch. Exhale, warrior two. I'm going to float my leg a little bit further forward here. Take an inhale, reach forward, stretch up, straighten your front knee. Exhale, revolve it. And from here, you're going to bend your top elbow, bend your bottom elbow. Let's see if we can get these fingertips to clasp. If you've got it, lengthen that spine, lean the head back into your left forearm. Same thing we did seated. Your belly is strong, you're not arching, you're rising up. And over. Couple good breaths here. When you feel ready, let's release the back of our right hands to the small of our back here where you usually feel an arch. Connect the back to the top of that hand. Inhale, stretch the left fingertips up. Exhale, reach forward. Take as many breaths as you want to drop into triangle, keeping the connection between the top of your right hand and your lower back there. Good. Going to wherever you feel comfortable. Feeling the
benefit of the practice, keeping the posture, opening the arm if you want to. We're about to have some real fun here. As we proceed, just go to where you feel you're getting a good stretch and breath. Take an inhale from your triangle. Exhale, bend into that front knee. We're going back into our side angle here. Plant the palm or get a block. Binding this, right arm wraps around the back. Taking it further, left arm underneath that left leg. Once you're bound, lengthen everything out. You can stay right here. If you're going further, we're taking it to bird of paradise. Float the back foot forward. So your right foot to your left foot. Transition the weight from your left foot to your right. And let's float up on that right leg. I don't dare look around. Find a stable place to look. You can extend this leg if you want, or you can stay right where you are with it bent. Take an inhale wherever you landed. Exhale, softening through your right leg. Left leg plants, almost there. Inhale, extend that right foot. Here we go. Open it up, side angle, inhaling. Exhale, palms to the earth, right toes on the ground. Inhale, float your right foot forward to meet your left. Exhale, sleeping chair. Inhale, roll it up, bone by bone of the spine. Arms up, slow it down. Good. Taking your breath. Hands to heart center. Good. Take an inhale, swing the arms to the side. Exhale, let's go into chair pose. Very nice. Take a breath here. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, twist to the right side. Left elbow connecting outside of the right knee, or you can rest your forearm over both knees. Keep the knees together as if they're against a wall, so they're nice and even. Let's lengthen that spine on an inhale. Exhale, twist a little more, maybe opening those palms. From here, going into our first one-legged balance, looking down to the earth for stability. Left palm can rest under your gaze, or you can keep that twist going. Inhale, float your left toes back, straighten that knee, and then float the foot off the ground. Keep a nice straight knee so you engage power in the leg. Good work. Take a breath, inhaling. Exhale, toes to the earth. Big blast for your right leg. Inhale, left fingertips reach forward. Let's plant our right palm already over the tailbone. Exhale, revolve it. Bend deeper into the knee as you reach back. Feel the stretch from your left hip up through your abs to those left fingertips. Breathing. Enjoying the release in the hip. Inhale, turn to front, stretch. Exhale, warrior two on the left side. A lot of twists and turns. Inhale, reach forward, stretch up, bring your right knee with you. Exhale, revolve it. Good. Bending into your top elbow. And if you're able to, bend your bottom elbow, clasp your fingertips together. Life yoga, folks. Right there. Good. Let's lean the back of the head into that right forearm. When you feel ready, let's bring the top of that left hand to the arch, to the small of your back. And inhale, stretch the right fingertips up. Exhale, reach them forward. So we're still lengthening that spine bit by bit. Take as many breaths as you need so you feel the length and you feel the connection of your lower back and the top of your left hand. Good. When you get here, just keep breathing and maybe open up and release your left hand. Knowing where we're going, conserve some energy.
Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend into your front knee. You can plant your front palm. You can rest it on a block. Let's reach your left fingertips behind you, opening up the left side of the body. This is a great place to stay. Continuing, maybe wrapping your right arm underneath, clasping the fingertips, lengthening it out. So we prepared through the whole practice for this. Looking down to the earth for grounding, let's float the left foot forward. Coming off of the right foot bit by bit and rising up on that left leg, bringing the right leg with you. Got it. Once you have length through your left leg, you can extend your right leg if you want. Or you can bring it back down. Very nice. Softening through your left leg when you feel ready and bringing your right foot back down to the earth. Extending into that left leg. Find your spine again. Inhale, open it up. Well done. Exhale, palms to the earth. Inhale, float the left foot to meet the right. Exhale, sleeping chair. Round out that spine. Let the head, neck, and jaw kind of just let go. Softening and rolling up, inhale. Swing those arms to the side. Whew. Exhale, hands through heart center. Opening those palms. Very nice. All right, we'll go into tree pose and then we'll take it down to the ground. Let's get settled. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Let's float the right leg to where it wants to go for its balance. You don't have to take the foot high. You can always plant the ankle, the heel over the left ankle and just play with lifting those toes. You can also hook the foot into the hip crease of the opposite hip. Extending and opening and growing. We're going to inhale, stretch it up. If you're going to the forward fold in this, come along with me. Otherwise, just stay right there in your tree for as long as you feel is comfortable. So we forward fold. Releasing that head, neck, and jaw. Take an inhale, rise up slightly. Exhale, let's soften into that left knee. So if you want to explore this and you couldn't do the fold over, it was a bit too much, just come down to a squat and then fold your right leg over your left. So once we're here, we want to take a breath. And then we want to see if we can release one hand and then the other. Maybe for a moment. Sometimes I tell people just do one clap. Or you can try and work the hands to heart center. One good breath. And then steadily releasing the hands down. When you feel ready, plant your palms in front of you or your fingertips and roll back to the left heel into your fold. To rise up, you can soften the knee, you can extend the legs forward, you can put your hands on your hips. Whatever feels the most comfortable. Inhaling, stretching up. Exhale, release the right foot, hands through heart center. Opening those palms. Other side, inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, hands through heart center, floating the left leg to where you want it to go. And if you're going to do the roll down, maybe tucking that foot is a little bit more helpful. Gives you a bit more space. Expanding, extending, and breathing.
Take an inhale if you're going into your fold over. Exhale, let's go for it. Be mindful of your supporting knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, soften into that supporting leg. Here we are. One side feels very different than the other. Playing with releasing the hands. Giving yourself a little clap. You made it. Little silliness. Calm the breath. And then maybe being able to bring hands to heart center, maybe not. Meet yourself where you're at. This side's quite tight for me. It's resisting, so I'm just trying to breathe and allow the hip to let go. About half a breath. When you're ready, float that heel to the ground and the hips up towards the sky. Fold it out, exhale. And then inhale, rolling up. You can roll up bone by bone. Bring the hands to the hips if you want to. Go up in stages. Extending those arms up. Inhale, all together. Exhale, hands through heart center, releasing that left foot. Excellent work. Feeling good. Feeling the blood flow moving through those hips, lower back, and your belly. Let's take an inhale, stretch it up. Let's take it down to the ground. Exhale, hands through heart center. So we go all the way through a full squat. It's not too far. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, forward fold. Oh, feels so good. Wiggle inside those hips. Pull one leg forward and the other. Maybe grabbing hold of the feet, the toes, the shins, a strap around the bottom. You can even grab your yoga pants. But let's take an inhale and round into that back. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. Breathing. Rocking side to side if that's helpful. And then releasing back over the legs. Inhale, reach forward and rise up. You can bring the knees a little bit into a bent position. And then exhale, hands through heart center. Roll yourself down onto the ground. Jostle everything out. Find your comfortable position here. I'll move this out of the way. Here we go. This feels good. But we're not done. Soften the knees, plant the feet. Let's put the left ankle over the right knee. So modified pigeon, figure 4 stretch, for those of you that know this one is that. As you pull your right knee in, let your left elbow resist the left knee. Keep your head on the ground and your tailbone on the ground so we're not lifting the lower back. Nice neutral spine here. If it's too far, you get a strap under the knee and pull that, or use your pants. And if you want to take it up a little notch, maybe you want to go into a leg extension toe hold with your, what is this? Your right hand and right leg. You can still use the left elbow to give resistance to the left knee. Breathe the full length of your spine. Releasing the right foot down to the ground. Open the arms like airplane wings. Take an inhale. On your exhale, let your right knee and left foot drop to your right side. From here, you can take your right hand, give a little push against your left knee, opening the hip a bit here. Look over to your left fingertips. And then maybe taking the left knee and pulling it down to the ground, deepening a spinal twist. Releasing that knee, take an inhale. Use that exhale to get the belly to push the lower back to the earth, so no strain into the lower back. Uncross the left leg from the right, maybe jostle, wiggle around a little bit. And then let's float the right ankle above the left knee, interlace underneath or over the left knee, or use a strap. And as you pull the left knee in, you give resistance to the right knee.
You can extend the left toes up to the sky, go into a nice toe hold here. Excellent. Breathe into the length of your spine. When you feel ready, let's bring the left foot back to the ground. Open up the arms like airplane wings. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, release your right foot, left knee to the left side of your body. Left hand can push the right knee open. Breathing here. You can look over your right fingertips. Maybe you want to take hold of the right knee with your left hand and pull it down towards the earth, deepening your spinal twist. Surrendering into this with each exhale. When you feel ready, open up the arms. Inhale. Exhale, belly pushes the lower back to the earth. Uncross the right leg from the left. Jostle side to side. Wiggle things out. And then inhale the knees over the belly. Again, side to side. Across that lower back. You might want to extend the legs up to the sky. Maybe interlace behind. Or put your hands on the ground. Point and flex those feet. In our class, our live classes, I've been going into plow. If you're unsure, you have neck issues, I suggest you don't until you have an instructor with you, a teacher to supervise you, because I don't want you to put too much pressure into your neck. If you're familiar with plow, look straight up to the sky, and maybe your palms are on the ground and you're able to go straight there. If you need a little bit of help, you can soften your knees, pull the knees towards the shoulders, and then get your hands to your mid to lower back, and guide your feet behind your head. They might not land there, so you need your hands for a little bit of support to lean into back and forth. And we settle into this, allowing the weight to move across the shoulders, not sitting in your neck. Breathe into your belly and let your belly exhale and settle into that lower back. And if you're okay here, let's bring our hands to mid to lower back and take it to a shoulder stance. One leg at a time. Hands are there for support. Weight is across the shoulders. And let's get those heels over the knees, over the hips, over the rib cage. And we're breathing. I would say 3 to 6 breaths is excellent. As you get used to this. When you feel ready, take an inhale. Exhale, soften those knees. Bring your feet back to plow if you're okay. Inhaling for preparation to roll down. You can use your hands for support on the back or on the earth if you really want to tighten things up and stretch them out. Get your legs to thread between your arms and the earth, all the way down, bone by bone of the spine. Excellent stretch. When your tailbone reaches the ground, you can continue with straight legs, or you can soften them and slide them away. It's up to you. There it is. Settling into the earth again, coming to Shavasana. A great resting place to allow your practice to really settle in before moving on to anything else after your practice. feel ready, take a nice deep breath into your whole body. Tips of the toes, fingers, crown of the head, inflating that whole body. So much so that you feel as if you're hovering above the earth. Stay there for a moment with that breath. And then exhale, allow your body to release the breath and itself into the earth. And allow tensions, stresses, anything that isn't nourishing you in a positive way, allow that to remain and drift away out of your being. Inhaling, filling yourself up, floating, hovering, holding. Exhale, releasing, surrendering into the earth's energy, and just letting go. When you feel ready, wiggle into those fingers and toes, circles for your ankles and wrists, rocking your head side to side. We all have things to get to, but don't rush there. Feet to the hips, let the knees drop to wherever they feel comfortable. Roll yourself to that side. Take another moment here. And then push yourself off your palms to return back to the seated position you started your practice in. Feels like ages ago because the changes are so evident in our physical bodies, in our states of being. You feel calmer, hopefully relieved some tensions or pains even. You've reinforced your willpower and your strength, physical, mental, emotional strength. You've built up your patience a little bit more. You're whole and complete and armed and ready for anything that's waiting for you. Thank you for making it in and sharing your practice. Let's gather all the energy we've created around us. Feel its goodness and bring it to heart center. Tuck it in. You can dig it out later on with a good deep breath. It's there waiting for you. Thank you for sharing your practice with us. Have a wonderful rest of your day.